Hi everyone, welcome to the short story The Fortune Teller by R.K. Narayan. In the last class, I have briefly introduced to you the life and work of R.K. Narayan. Today, we are moving directly to the story. Today, let us examine the first paragraph. The first paragraph of the story is in fact very long and descriptive. Read the paragraph carefully because this is a perfect example of R.K. Narayan's prose style. He describes minute things which will enable the reader to picture the scene very clearly in his mind. This paragraph, the purpose of this paragraph is to present the protagonist of the story, that is the fortune teller, in the title. So I have given here the original text on the left side and a kind of an explanation on the right side. You can pause the video to read the original text and then listen and follow the explanation on the right side. See how a character is presented by a great writer. His appearance, his costumes, the place where he sits, what are the features of that person, what is the background of that character, such things. The fortune teller appears at his usual place where he sits by the noon time. He has with him the equipment for his profession. Then R.K. Narayan describes the equipment. Cowrie shells, which we say kavadi in Malayalam, which is used for prediction. Then the chart with some strange pictures on it, notebook, a bundle of leaves, palmyra leaves with writings on them. These are some of the things which an astrologer carries. Then about his appearance, there was sacred ash and turmeric on his forehead. Author says that his eyes had an extraordinary look. It was the result of his searching for customers around him. See, that extraordinary, powerful look on his eyes was the result of his searching for customers around him. But his poor customers thought that it was because of his prophetic insight. Moreover, the power of his eyes was due to the position of the eyes between the colored forehead and his long beard starting from his cheeks. Now you can imagine his appearance. You get a picture of the fortune teller. His poor clients, his poor customers didn't know that even a half crazy man will have the same kind of eyes. Narayan says that his customers thought that extraordinary look of his eyes was because of the prophetic insight of the fortune teller, but it was not so. It was only because of his searching for the customers It was because of his positioning of the eyes. His poor clients didn't know that even a half crazy man will have the same powerful eyes. Then his appearance is completed by the saffron colored turban. Saffron, kavi, saffron colored turban, which add to this impact. A great many people were attracted to him, just like bees were attracted to flowers. He sat under the tamarind tree near the town hall. So this is the picture of a fortune teller. And about the place where he sits. It was a busy place. A lot of people moved up and down. People of several occupations were there. The place was noisy as well. The place was vociferous. Vociferousness is an unfamiliar word used by Narayan. That means noisy. The groundnut seller, who called several names to his groundnut. There was a groundnut seller nearby who called several curious names to the groundnut each day. For example, Bombay ice cream, one day he called. Then next day he called Delhi almond. And on the third day he called it Raja's delicacy. Say like that. So a very curious personality, a groundnut seller, sat near to the fortune teller, and there were many people with various professions there. And a number of people crowd around the fortune teller too. It was a busy corner. A lot of people used to come to him. And he sat by the light coming from near the groundnut cellar. In fact, light was very scarce in that place. But that was actually an advantage for the fortune seller. His profession didn't need much light. The street sellers had only the light from the shops. Some had gas lights. The place was filled with various lights and shadows. The man, the fortune teller, was not a person who wanted to be an astrologer. His ambition was not to be an astrologer. He became an astrologer because of the pressures of life, for example. He didn't know anything about the future of people. So contrary to the belief of his customers, he didn't know anything about the future of people. He didn't know even his future. He knew nothing about stars above, because it is believed that the position of the stars which determine the life of a person. He knew nothing about stars. He was as ignorant as his customers. But still, people crowded around him. People were pleased with his fortune telling. It was experience, study, and guesswork that helped him to predict the future of people. Like any other profession, He did the work of an honest man. He deserved the money he earned just like any other worker. So that is the first paragraph, which introduced the protagonist, introduced the hero, the fortune teller, the astrologer. See how he is described, his appearance, his costumes, the place where he sits, the people around him. Then the author slowly moves into his mind. What type of a person is he? What is his attitude to the profession? How he got along with the profession, like this. So this is a perfect example of how a story can be written, how a character can be presented, and we, the readers, now have a very good picture of the main character. So I have shown you the image of a fortune teller. This is cowrie shells used by astrologers for prediction. You might have seen it. Then astrologer's chart. So these are the details that you should know from the first paragraph. You read the original text closely to grasp the English style of R.K. Narayan. So we are stopping here for a while. Thank you.